What's the chance a random person on the street is a pilot? Pretty small. But what if you're standing inside an airport? The odds change completely. That new piece of information, given that we are at an airport, is the key. It's the core of conditional probability. To handle this, we use two-way tables. Think of a simple grid comparing two things, like who likes pizza versus who likes burgers. The table shows us the counts for every combination. 15 people like both, 10 like pizza but not burgers, and so on. In the bottom right corner, you have the grand total, everyone surveyed. Now here's the most important part. When you see the phrase, given that, your world shrinks. You ignore the entire table except for one specific row or column. So, given that a person likes pizza, what's the chance they also like burgers? You only look at the like pizza column. If its total is 25 and 15 of those people like burgers, the probability is 15 out of 25, not 15 out of the grand total. The context changed the denominator. This logic has huge consequences. It's why medical tests can be so misleading. Say a disease affects 1% of people, and a test for it is 90% accurate. If you test positive, what's the chance you actually have the disease? Most people guess 90%. The real answer is often closer to 10%. Why? Because we're only looking at the world of positive tests. That group includes the few sick people who were correctly flagged, but it also includes false positives from the much, much larger group of healthy people. This is how insurance companies set your rates and how spam filters work. That simple phrase, given that, forces us to reframe our odds based on new evidence. It's the mathematics of context, and it secretly runs our world.